Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha, everyone. I'm assuming that today is Wednesday because I can't keep up with the days of the week. I mean, we've been off for like 2 months from like normal lifestyle and knowing what day of the week it is, knowing the actual date and stuff like that. Like, I'm probably going to be writing 2019. Right when I was writing 2020, now I'm going to be back to writing 2019. But today is Wednesday. Happy day after Cinco de Mayo.
6th of May.
We tried to be as celebratory as we could yesterday for Cinco de Mayo. So basically, it meant that when producer James and I got home, he made us margaritas. That's about all the celebrating that we did. We're in the process of reopening our boutique since Texas is now reopening. Come on, coronavirus widespread number two. So we're opening our boutique this Thursday. If you're in the Houston area or the surrounding area, we're down here in Dickinson. That's what, one, two, three exits away from Baybrook Mall, which is still closed, I think. But you know what? No, I think they may be open. Anyway, you don't want to spend your money there. You want to shop local, you want to shop small. So come on down here to my boutique, Sassy Class Boutique. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, or you can go to our website, which is www.sassyclassboutique.com, and we'll ship anything you want to you. But yeah, we're having our reopening tomorrow, and I'm a nervous wreck. Like, I don't know, y'all know me, I'm dramatical and all that. You cannot cough or sneeze in here. Like, don't even rub your eye while you're in here. Don't sweat, nothing. Like, don't drop a piece of hair. Like, make sure when you leave, you collect all your hair that you might have dropped. You know what? Just wear a fucking full wig. That takes care of that situation. I'm nervous because now we're going to have to implement all these new things to keep not only ourselves safe, but also our customers. Most importantly, keep us safe though. And so we're gonna have to be sanitizing stuff and lysoling things when every customer leaves. I'm gonna. I don't even know how I'm gonna reach for money. I don't know. That's gonna be weird. I'm gonna be like, okay, give me play. Oh, I know what it is. I'm gonna go back to the 50s. What was it, the 40s or the 50s, when black people would go into a shop and the white owner wouldn't exchange the money hand to hand. You had to put your shit on the counter. That's how we're gonna do it here.
I really thought you were going to say we need like a colored entrance, but that's not what you were going to say, was it?
I mean, but we're going back to that time where the colors go in through the back, whites through the front. Well, here, you know what? We don't like anybody. We like green. So when you're paying your money, put your shit on the counter. We will get it. We don't want any titty money. We don't want any armpit money.
Oh, God.
None of that shit, okay? Your shit needs to come out of a Louis Vuitton bag or Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, something like that, and then we'll do the exchange. But in all seriousness, we just want to make sure everyone is safe. They have a good time. We've made some fantastic changes here at the boutique. We are expanding our home decor section. So we're super excited. And we have clothes not only for, the average size woman, but we also have plus size as well. Did I get everything, Producer James?
I think so. I was trying to remember if this was a Libra Lounge with Keisha or an infomercial for Sassy Class.
Both.
Yeah.
You can do that. I'm a triple motherfucking threat, okay? I'm a wife, I'm a boss, and I'm a host, okay?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
trying to make sure you can retire early. But if you want to keep on working till you're 99. Keep talking. You're going to talk your ass into having to work until you're 99 years of age. I don't care that he's on an oxygen tank. He's still going to work today.
Does his fingers work? Can he type a keyboard?
Look, by then they'll have like those electronic things where you just say the words and it just types on there for you.
They have that.
They have
today.
that now, don't
Yeah.
they? Oh,
I
don't have that.
I think you mean like the Johnny mnemonic, where you plug it into the back of your head.
Yeah. So it can type out what you're thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. All right, people. If you're a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what it is. It's time for celebrity news and gossip with the Gab.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip the Gab with Keisha.
All righty. Well, Miss Adele is breaking the interwebs today because she's not a frequent person on what is it called?
The internet?
on social media.
Okay.
That's what I meant. She doesn't post a lot. Like Adele will make 4 posts per year. But today is her birthday, or yesterday was her birthday, and she posted a photo of herself, and that is not the fat cupcake eating Adele that we once knew. She looks really good. Adele looks like she's probably a size 4. I don't know if you guys remember when Adele first came out on the scene. She was she was pretty plump. I think before she wrote any of her My Heart Was Broken love songs, she had to eat it. She required herself to eat a cake first. And after she successfully recorded the song, she rewarded herself with another cake. But she is not living that life anymore. I remember not too long ago, she was at one of Drake's parties, and when she posted the pictures, a lot of people were just stunned at how small she was. But she looks good. She well, at that Drake party, she looked a little bit too skinny. But now she looks good. She still looks healthy. She's still super cute like she's always been. But bitch looks good. I mean, I guess that divorce did the body good.
So, do you think that female artists, the ones who write like the most like hardcore relationship type songs, like the Alanis Morissette, some of those, do you think they should turn hot, or if they should be homely and chunky in order to keep the emotion?
You know, I'll go back to, since you use Alanis Morissette as an example. Her first big CD came out when we were in high school, and it was a beast.
Jagged Little Pill.
Jagged Little Pill was a beast. Every single song, even that song that was like at the end when you thought the CD was over and you waited 5 minutes and another song came on, that one was even good. I mean, she spoke every angry, my boyfriend cheated on me and dick down another girl. She wrote all the anthems for us. And then she, you know, her look was very grunge. It was part of the style back then. It was very grunge. She had her hair very long, parted down the middle with like a little body wave. So she covered her face a lot. Then bitch started dating, who was it? Damn, Dave Kool-Aid from Full House. She did.
I know, but
She got all okay. I guess he's got a little good dick, and she came back with a happier album, and it did not do well.
yeah, no one wants. I don't want happy women relationship songs. I want angry woman.
Yeah, she wasn't angry anymore, and she since then has not been angry. Since Dave Coulier, I want to say she dated Ryan Reynolds. How can you be angry when you're dating Ryan Reynolds? Why are you looking at me like that? I know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I'm just trying to imagine that.
Yeah, they dated. So I guess she's just living her non-selling albums ass happily in Canada. So, but in Adele's case, I think a lot of people forget that Adele is really young. Adele has always come off more mature.
It's that voice. That
Even her
she
look.
sounds like she should be 45.
Even her look, she just looks older, but she just turned 32. No,
What?
31 or 32. Exactly.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Wow.
Actually, you know, each of Adele's albums is titled off of the age that she is.
Oh.
Yes. I think that, you know,
I thought that was the number of cheesecakes she had that day.
no, a lot of people don't know this, but Adele was a songwriter and backup singer long before she became Adele. She's just a really good writer. I don't think that she proved with her last album, which was Hello Me. That stalking song, that album that had the stalking, you know, she gave the recipe for stalking on it. She was skinny then.
Yeah, I mean, I heard her name more so from people saying they inspired her or they look up to her than I did before I ever heard a song of hers.
Every single album that she has released, each one has gotten better and better and better. There has not been a downward spiral. I think part of that is because she's not all about being a celebrity. Adele comes off as a cool ass girl that you want to hang out with. I mean, and if there's any evidence of that, just go to Carpool Karaoke with James Corden and type in Adele's. That's Adele. A lot of people know I'm not a huge fan of Adele's music at all, but I love Adele. Like I want to skin her sometimes. Like she's just so cool. I want to be her best friend. Her voice just kind of sounds like she's eating a Popeye's chicken biscuit. But y'all know me. I'm weird, and that's just me. So yeah, Adele looks good. Most definitely go to her Instagram page and check it out. She looks good. She's got on a dress above the knee. She looks good, you know. So but I don't think that Adele is one of those people that would let the pressures of Hollywood standards and size really get to her, because even after her success, she stayed fat for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I think her divorce, she's very, very private. But we do know that she's separated from her husband. I don't know if they're officially divorced or not. But if you look at the Instagram posts, she insinuates how rough the past year has been. So I'm going to think that there's a fat, happy Englishman over there, because he divorced Adele, and I'm sure he got lots of money, because if you think about it, when they started dating, she was still fat Adele. She didn't probably make him sign a prenup. What do you think?
I mean, he may have bought her a cookie or something.
I don't know. It could have. She's probably like, "Oh my gosh, I found love. He knocked me up. No, I love you. I love you. No, you have to." We'll see. We'll see. We see. But he's pretty private too. I can't even tell you what the guy's name is.
Oh, it's probably Nigel. Or
something like that.
Something
We've never. I don't think we've seen a picture of Adele's son, and I want to say his name is something like
Archibald.
No. I think it's like August or Augustine. Don't quote me on that. It starts with an A. Anyway, moving right along. We got some really, really shocking and sad news. Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of the Little Women franchise, with Little Women Atlanta being my favorite. We even interviewed one of the cast members, Money Cachette, last year?
Yep,
we did an interview with her. Well, we got news that Minnie, everyone knows Minnie, Mama Minnie, who is, I would say she was the star of the show, because everything kind of revolved around her relationships with each one of the cast members.
Yeah.
She was tragically killed. What was it? Let me see. I think she got into the wreck Sunday and passed away Monday night from complications due to the accident. Now, there's been some back and forth about what actually happened. Originally, it was stated by her family and pretty much all of the media sources, with the exception of that one being TMZ. Everyone reported that Minnie was driving and she got into a head-on collision with someone, and it was a hit and run. The person left the scene and all of that. Excuse me, I don't know what the details were as far as her injuries, but that was the story. And then, of course, TMZ hiding out in bushes, pretending like they're medical staff at hospitals. They came up with a story saying that it actually was not a hit and run. Minnie hit a curve and lost control of her vehicle, and she actually ran into someone else, and that person did not leave the scene. So I haven't heard anything otherwise, but that's the story. I believe that her funeral services are going to be May 9th, and you can go to her website. I'm not sure what it is, but just Google in Minnie Jackson's. Is it Minnie Jackson or Minnie Ross? I think it's Minnie Ross, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Ross.
I think it's Ross. You can go to her website, and they're going to have a virtual funeral that you can, so you can join in and see. I don't even know if they're still at the point now that you can only have so many people at funerals.
I think so. I think they're still
doing that. Okay,
I mean,
well, that's in this situation, that's to the advantage of her fans, because of that, they're going to have live stream it so we can all participate in some type of way for the funeral.
I think it's a really good point, because before this whole thing, I never heard of anybody live streaming a funeral.
No.
And now I think when somebody finally broke the seal, now it's okay.
I think that it's going to remain this way for a lot of people, because if you think about it, one of the hardest things to do when someone passes away is trying to get all of the family, all of the friends who are all spread out to, one, be able to afford the airline ticket, take the time off from work, and just it's a lot. But doing it this way, I think this is going to be a new option that funeral homes actually present to their customers.
And if it's not, we should copyright that idea right now and say,
boy, you better get on it right now. Get off the mic. Do it. That is our idea. We're about to open up a whole funeral home. A whole Minowin's funeral home, okay? But this is really sad news, and I'm just like, damn, that one really shocked me. And I was really sad, because I have watched Little Women LA, I mean, Little Women Atlanta since day one, despite how much my husband and mother made fun of me for watching the show. It's funny. It's good entertainment. They're a little bit hood. They're a little bit prissy. You've got the twerking twins. It was good TV. And Miss Minnie's most definitely gonna be missed. I'm sure they have probably already recorded much of the upcoming season. Probably, I cannot see them not adding this on to the end of the season.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those like special editions or special episodes.
Maybe
I'm
so,
sure.
because if you're a fan of Little Women Atlanta, one of the stars, Emily, you guys remember during her pregnancy, they followed that story, and she went on to the spinoff Little Women Dallas, and she had her son, and then her son passed away. So what they did was they incorporated that funeral to the end of that season. So I'm thinking that's something that they gotta do something, because I mean she was a fan favorite of the show. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, what? How are they gonna do the show?
Oh, if it turns into like the juicy hour, I'm out, totally out.
Here's the thing: is that much of the show, I'm gonna break it down to you. Much of the show is if you've never seen it, a lot of people say, "Oh gosh, is this just about Little Women?" You forget they're Little Women, okay? Because it's
No,
shut up, James. Yes, you do. Don't listen to him. Y'all know
No,
he's ugh. Anywho, much of the show revolves around Minnie and Minnie's drama with Miss Juicy. That's been since day one. Minnie being Mama Bear to the Tiny Twins. That was part of it. And then kind of been, at the beginning, Money and Minnie were best friends, and then we saw the demise of that relationship. So as I said, it was Minnie's show in a lot of ways. It was. I would really hate to see the show end, but they're gonna have to think of something fast.
They're gonna have to. Well, do you think? Well, because they were adding in a few additional characters here and there, right? Like that one, like little bodybuilder black chick that was rapping. Or is it a different?
She's
city?
not a bodybuilder, but you're
Well, I don't
talking
know
about
what
Abira.
Yeah.
Again, Abira came onto the scene, and it was beef between her and Minnie.
That's true.
Then they went on to be friends. Then last season, Minnie was playing manager to the Tiny Twins and Abira, while Juicy was playing manager to, let me see, Bump Man. Oh, and the Cheeks, which the Cheeks have broken up.
When you describe the show,
The names.
it sounds like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon.
Here's the thing, not to a black person, not to a Hispanic person, that sounds completely normal, because we all have fucked up nicknames
The
like
Cheeks
that.
working with Juicy, talking to
Yeah.
Man coming around the corner to
Yes.
squizzy squiz.
I always say to people, you know a person is black by if they have a tootie in their life. Every black person has a tootie in their life, okay?
That's a fact of
so
life.
all of those nicknames they just sound normal. Okay, so since you brought that up, let's go down to each person's name on the show versus what their real
Their
name
actual
is.
name.
Okay, so let's start off with Minnie.
Minnie.
Minnie's real name is Ashley.
Why, if you're a little person, would you go with Minnie and not call yourself Maxie?
I'm pretty sure that's it's probably a nickname that her mama probably called her Minnie,
Probably so.
because she was a mini her.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that's just how
okay.
things go.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Left Cheek, who is, her real name is Bree.
Right.
Right Cheek's real name is Emily. These are all white girl names.
I know.
You know what I mean? Then we have Money. What is Money's real name? I cannot remember Money's real name.
I don't remember.
It's Tiffany.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany.
We're still going down the list of white girl
All
names.
of these black chicks
Yes!
with white girl names. This
Well,
is
I'm about to
crazy.
mess that up a little bit.
Oh.
Then we have Miss Juicy, whose real name is Charlene, which is still not bad.
That's Southern.
Then we have the Tiny Twins, Amanda and Andrea.
So do they have a twin name? Or do
No. They
just
just have a group name, the
Yeah,
Tiny
okay,
Twins.
okay.
Then we have Bump Man, whose real name I believe is Robert. And then we have Little Vicious, who is Abira.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
I actually
So
remembered
see,
all of them.
That's really good.
I know. I impressed myself. So, like I said, if you're a fan of Little Women Atlanta, You can pop onto either Money's Instagram page or the Tiny Twins Instagram page and get the details about the virtual celebration of life that they're having for Miss Minnie. Lastly, y'all know I have to talk about Tiger King, just because he won't go away. No, I mean, not at all. Everyone has already seen the documentary that was on Netflix. He hit a height of popularity. It's slowly going down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you have a friend who actually grew up on a zoo.
Yes.
Okay. He kind of changed things around for me, because I will always say that I did not like the treatment of any animals. And anyone who knows me knows that I am a huge animal freak. James has like put a tap. We cannot have any more animals until this happens, okay, Keisha? But I will probably end up having a mini zoo. Your friend Paul watched the show and he was like, first 30 minutes, I was done. I was in tears. I didn't even think Paul could cry. I didn't think Paul had feelings, but he was so disgusted by the treatment of animals. And you know what? Beyond in the entertainment factor of it, because it was entertaining, you have to walk away with knowing that none of those people were good people because of the way that they treated the animals. But long story short, Joe Exotic is trying to get President Trump to pardon him, which every fucking criminal is trying to do right now. Bill Cosby's trying to do it. R. Kelly, you might as well forget it. You are a sexual predator.
I would pardon Joe Exotic and force R. Kelly into what Joe got as punishment. I think that would be fair.
Here's the thing. Or
just hand R. Kelly over to Carol Baskin
and see what the fuck happens. Her tiger's gonna eat good that day. They're gonna have dark meat chicken.
Dark meat turkey.
I'll say this. Let's say President Trump pardons Joe Exotic. He's done stupider things. I think part of his. So when you're pardoned, you don't go on parole or anything like that, right?
You're pardoned basically means you didn't commit a crime. You're
all right,
done.
But being a president, he could put stipulations in there, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Part of the stipulation is that he cannot own any exotic animals. I think that would be more than fair.
I think so.
You're going to have to find something else to do. I mean, you could possibly still work with exotic animals, but he cannot own any exotic animals.
I think another stipulation that would be good is if he made Joe Exotic his campaign manager for 2020.
James?
I think that would be awesome.
I could see that fucker doing that, okay? And Joe Exotic will fake sing a song about how great President Trump is. That was the biggest upset to me. When you told me, Keisha, it's not really him singing. They just reported it on the news. And I'm like, what? I don't shock very easily, but I was hurt.
Well, remember how shocked we were when we heard the song, and
we
thought, I'm like, wow, how does this nasally, effeminate weirdo tend to pull out the fucking Conway Twitty voice?
And my response to that was, look at people like Adele. You hear them talk with this nasally British accent, and then they sing.
She don't sound like Barry White.
No,
she sings.
And that's true. Here, for people who know from like the 80s, early 90s, singer Michelet, who has a squeaky, high-pitched speaking voice, but then is a monster when she's singing. You would never think it. You would never know it's the same person. I just looked at it as being something like that, but no, he had a whole another person singing his music. So we'll see. I'll say this. I would not be horribly surprised if President Trump did pardon him. He just does goofy shit all the time.
Yeah, that would secure it for me that life is a comedy.
It really, really is. Alrighty, when we get back, we're going to have a little Mother's Day show. I believe producer James is going to ask me about all the joys of motherhood. We will be right back. Sassy Class Boutique is the hot spot for your fashion, beauty, and home decor desires. We celebrate women of all shapes and sizes with our trendy collection of regular and plus-size clothing. Looking for the right accessories? We have upcycled Louis Vuitton handbags, vegan purses, and jewelry to add sass to your class. We also offer health and beauty products from salon quality hair care to cruelty-free makeup. Our edgy home decor items will make you the envy of all of your neighbors. Sassy Class Boutique also offers custom items like shirts, hats, and other gifts for any occasion. All of our vendors are female-owned small businesses, and together we are Sassy Class Boutique. Located at 3709 Fatter Drive in Dickinson, Texas, 77539. Or shop anytime with us at www.sassyclassboutique.com. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha show. I want to remind you guys to make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and also subscribe to us on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. You can also find the podcast on the TuneIn app, the Laughable app, and iHeartRadio. James, you know what? You were spitting out some knowledge the other day. You were telling me about our numbers. Y'all, they actually have me in the mix of national podcasts. And you know what? I'm not the last one. It's weird for me when he tells me like, hey, your show was number da-da-da-da-da. Hey, you had this many downloads. I'm like, people really be listening to us, huh? It's just, we do this and then we carry on with life. And I'm like, I cannot imagine someone in their vehicle listening to podcasts and I'm one of the podcasts that they listen to. But I do want you to continue doing that. And if you would like extra perks from the Libra Lounge with Keisha, you can become a Patreon.
Become a patron on Patreon.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I think by now they know exactly what I'm talking about. Go on to Patreon and become a patron of the Libra Lounge with Keisha, correct?
That's right.
And there's all kinds of perks that you can get. If you do one level, you'll be able to come hang out with me and ask me questions about business, ask me relationship questions, all kinds of things like that. So for more information, you can either DM us or go to patreon.com. Is that right, or did I just make that website up?
No, that's right.
Okay, because I totally didn't know. Sure. Anyway, so we want to wish all the moms, stepmoms, and people who are playing a motherly role a happy early Mother's Day from producer James and I. I believe you have some questions about motherhood for me.
I do.
I'm surprised you can't answer them yourself with you being such a biatch.
So these are all questions that I have heard over the years, women or people say about how awesome motherhood is. And we're just going to ask.
That's a lie already.
Well,
there's a lie right there because motherhood is not always awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. First question. We're going to start at the very beginning. Every mother I talk to says how amazing, what a wonderful experience childbirth was. Was it an amazing gift from the Almighty?
No, it's fucked up. At least mine was. I had a great pregnancy, despite the fact that the baby daddy was driving me insane. But my pregnancy was pretty smooth and pretty good. I gained like 20 pounds. That was it. But in true Holman fashion, things had to make a dramatic turn, all right? First of all, Scholar refused to come out. She just was snug as a bug in a rug. She didn't want to come out. She was a week late. They stretched my cervix. That didn't work. I drank a bottle of castor oil in 3 gulps. That didn't work. I ran from a dog. I wasn't purposely trying to run from the dog. I was trying to walk the baby out, and then the dog kind of chased me. But needless to say, it didn't work. Sex didn't work. Nothing worked. And finally, they're like, okay, we're gonna induce you, which is not a bad thing. When you know you're scheduled for an induction, you can get things more prepared. So you think, unless things go wrong. Went to the hospital to get induced, was in labor for 14 hours and only dilated to a 1. Bitches still be out running marathons and working and shit, and they're dilated at a 4. I'd been induced for 14 hours and only dilated to a 1. Got a fever, and mind you, during all of this process, we've got like 23 people going back and forth in the room waiting for Scholar to come. My dad's like, oh, well, do I need to call in to work? I mean, what you think? We gonna have a baby tight? I'm in a fucking OBGYN. I don't, just like you sitting in this room wondering what the fuck's going on, I'm sitting in this room wondering what the fuck is going on. So it got to the point that I started running a high fever, and they were like, well, she's basically cooking the baby. We think we better do an emergency C-section. So they'd already given me an epidural, went into the operating room, and they started the C-section, and I was like, hey, I can feel that. And they were like, okay, what are we doing? You're poking me with something sharp. Yep, a spinal block. So I had a spinal block. I was so doped up. I mean, I got to see Skylar when she came out, and then they took her. Skylar was great, perfectly healthy, perfectly prettiest baby, hands down in a nursery. I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I'm saying that because all the nurses said that. But I was fucked up. I was still running a fever, and that night after the C-section was the worst pain. And I was stuck in the hospital for 5 days. Baby was ready to go. Baby was doing outfit changes. She was singing, every night she was singing different songs. She was just entertaining, and I couldn't act right. Yeah, so we were there for 5 days. So it was pretty painful. But yeah, that's my childbirthing story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one is one I often hear women say at first,
Okay.
and then the story afterwards is much different.
Mm-hmm.
My life won't change much after I have a baby. Is that what happened?
When I hear women say that, like when you're watching a show and there's a pregnant person, I'm like, oh, the baby, no. The baby doesn't adjust to your life. You adjust to the baby, trying to implement the baby into your life. You are a slave to that child for the rest of your life. I'm not going to even say 18. For the rest of your life, if you're a mom like me, which I'm the type of mom, when Skylar gets married, I'm like, okay, great and all, but I need you to live on the same street as me, maybe 5 houses down, but I still need to see you daily, need to see my grandkids daily. I'm that kind of mom. But no, I mean, even when you first bring the baby home, it is their schedule because they're on a feeding schedule. And yeah, when I hear women say that, I was like, she's in for a fucking huge surprise. And I wish that they were recorded so I can see it and laugh. So, no, it is not. I mean, you finally get into a groove, but it is a completely different groove than you had as a single woman. I always tell pregnant people, I'm like, the baby's in the best place right now because you still pretty much dictate your own life. Once the baby comes out, game over. Yeah.
Did mothering come naturally to you?
For me, yeah. I've always wanted to be a mom. I can actually remember even when I was like in elementary school, I was an only child, so I had to learn how to play with myself and make up things. And there was times that I would put something in my shirt to be pregnant. I wanted to be pregnant. I wanted to have a baby. I've never not wanted to be a mom until the teenagers came. But that's a different story. I always wanted to be a mom, never a question. Whenever someone tells me, no, I don't want to have kids, it's the oddest thing to me. I just could not imagine not wanting to be a mom. But I mean, I get it. And some people are just not built that way. I was.
So when you have a baby, how awesome is that great big moms club you all of a sudden become a part of?
Oh my God. It's like a fucking gang, and instead of getting jumped in, you go through childbirth. That's how you're initiated in.
You get bred in.
Oh, I will say this. Skylar's getting ready to graduate in a couple of weeks, and I am so glad. There are some bitches I never have to fuck with again. Because you do have to play that mom game for a long time, and I'm almost done. I don't have to do it. I'm like, fuck you, fuck your kid. Your kid's a bitch. I wanted to kick her ass, all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's the mom club. It's.
Is it a full, flat-out lie, or is there some truth to it?
Here's the thing: is that yeah, it is a such thing as the quote-unquote moms clubs, but nowadays it seems a lot harder. Because moms try to one each other up, and it's sometimes when I look, I'm like, they aren't really trying to help other moms. They're trying to make other moms look and feel bad. Yeah, and it wasn't that bad whenever Skylar was little. Um, and one thing about it was that there was times that I would like the mom, but I couldn't stand the fucking kid. I'm like, this really makes our relationship awkward. I just want to talk to you. I don't want to go out on play dates where you bring your kid. Can we just go on a play date where it's me and you and I bring my kid? Your kid's an asshole. You run into that. Then you run into, you get mommy friends and things are going well. You get along with the mom, the kids get along well. Then that kid starts becoming a drug dealer, having sex, robbing stores, and you got to have a meeting. You're like, this is no longer working for me. I think we're growing apart. Then you have to break up. It's hard. It's hard breaking up with mommy friends.
Is it better to be pregnant with your friends or separate from your friends?
Now, I don't like to do nothing with nobody. I'm a selfish hoe. I did have a friend who was pregnant during the same time as that I was pregnant with Skylar. And it really wasn't that bad. It really, really wasn't. I was upset about it. First of all, damn, you can't even let me be pregnant by myself. Stalker. Do we have the same baby daddy? We didn't. I'm just kidding. But that was fine. It's good to have someone who's going through the same thing as you during the same time. So yeah, there's advantages to it, most definitely.
Okay. How amazing was the bonding during breastfeeding?
Skylar would latch on and go to sleep. She wouldn't suckle. She came into this world lazy, and lazy she still is. Now, she would latch on and just fall asleep. She wouldn't suckle. She just wanted to suck on a titty. She just wanted a titty in her mouth. That was it. She's like, I don't need the nourishment, but this feels kind of cool, Can I just do this? So I had to pump, and I had to go between pumping my breast milk and giving it to her. And then you know how fucking paranoid I am. But I was like, we got to do Formula 2. What if I die? Then my baby can't have my breast milk. Then she's going to starve to death. So we did both. But our bonding thing was she was so, so cute. When she was first born, I would put her up and her head would be on my shoulder. And she would move as close to my neck as possible. I guess that was our bonding instead of the whole breastfeeding thing.
Okay, so we're going to jump a few years ahead now.
Yeah.
So, when your daughter has her first period, is it really a truly magical thing where you talk about the strength of your femininity, like on the commercials?
Fuck no. I'll be honest with you. The week before Skylar started, I think my mommy spidey senses went up, and I was like, you know what? Let me teach Skylar and James how to put on a pad in case she's with him and I'm not there, for whatever reason. So we did a little session on how to put pads on a panty, and they both said the same thing. The wings don't go up. No, they don't go into flight. They're there to keep the fucking shit glued to your underwear. And I'm glad we did do that. Fortunately, Skylar the next week started her period, but we were already home. And I gotta be honest with you, I felt so sorry for her. And I'm like, and so it begins. Because you, as a woman, periods are pretty damn annoying. It really is. I honestly feel like we should be able to get an email each month saying you're not pregnant and then just go on with life. I don't see the need for the cramps, the bleeding, none of that. So I kept her home the next day, just so she could see how things went and make sure she was comfortable and make sure I was over the crying spell and could go on with life. So anyway, when we get back from this break, producer James has a few more questions to me about motherhood, and then we have a special segment that is all about local small businesses. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. We have a special Mother's Day episode. Producer James has been asking me questions about the highs, the lows, everything that is motherhood. So what you got next?
So, how bad do you feel because you're such a bad mom when you complain about how hard it is sometimes?
Ooh. You know what? I have a very tough exterior. Is that right?
Yep. Yes.
But most people that really know me know how sensitive I really am, especially when it comes to my child. You know, I'll fight a 3-year old hoe for my daughter. You know what I mean? I will snatch your whole entire wig off. I don't care that you're like 5. It you do. You sometimes it's so frustrating. There's times of tiredness. There's times of I don't knownness. There's times of I can't deal with this tantrum. There's times of I don't know what the fuck to do. And there's times that you take out the frustration on your children, you yell, and then I always feel guilty about it. I mean, we do that now. You know, she does something that's just like, oh my gosh, did you really think before you did that or said that? And you get frustrated, and because mommyhood is a lot of repeating the same shit over and over and over again until you scream to an octave where you potentially can have brain aneurysm, then you feel guilty about it. So yeah, there's a lot of guilt that goes with motherhood. There's guilt when you got to take your baby to the first day of daycare. There's guilt, the first time you take them to preschool. I mean, I cried every first day up until 4th grade. She's like, I got it. Don't even get out of the car. And I'm like, I cried then because she wouldn't let me walk her to class. She's like, I've done this same school, same routine. I got this. So yeah, there's a lot of times that you're in bed. You're like, did I do the right thing? Did I say the right thing? Or what do I do? What should I do? You're constantly in fear of fucking up a child's life or fucking up a person's life forever and them having to go through years and years and years of using Prozac and going to therapy. So, yes, I hope that answered your question.
It is. Yes. Okay, so I got 2 more. Next one is, how much do you miss your pre-parent life?
I don't. I never did.
Really?
No. I lived it up as far as I saw. I was living it up and probably was going to have a hard crash had I not gotten pregnant with Skylar. No, I've never been one. No, I've never missed pre-motherhood. I didn't. I think that goes into the fact that I always wanted to be a mom. So no.
I think a lot of folks do. Do you think?
What?
Well, a lot of moms, especially kind of younger moms, because you watch all the teen mom shows and all that.
Right.
Do you think that the younger a mom is, the more chance there is that they'll miss their pre-parent life and try to capture it or something like that?
I think you could be at any age and still miss the pre-mom life. The only thing about it is with being a young mom, I had Skylar when I was 21, 22, is there's going to be some years of struggling financially. I mean, look at how much a person changes from 20 to 30. And Skylar was there for all of that. But I didn't.
So last one, and this is a tough one.
I miss my pre-baby weight. That I miss. And still miss. Like, I just stopped saying, it's baby weight. I mean, when she hit 17, I was like, I guess I can't fucking say this anymore because I'm still using it as excuse. It's baby weight. Yeah, in your kid 17, that doesn't matter. That's just the number. What's your last one?
Last one is, and it's phrased kind of condescending, but it's the way that it's portrayed nowadays.
Okay.
Why is being a single mom so awesome, empowering, and amazing, and every woman should try it?
That is so fucking dumb, and I hate it when people say that shit. It is a lie. That is such a lie. That is you trying to be part of a cause. It's not fair for people to put that out there like that because it isn't true. Being a single mom is one of the hardest things ever because you don't have that other parent. I'll say for my situation, I didn't have the other parent there to, at the end of the night, lay down with and talk about things. I mean, not until you came along. I didn't have the other parent like, what do we do? What? I didn't have the other parent to hand the baby off to when I needed to do something, or, I had to work late, or, whatever. I think that's stupid. It is not an empowering thing. It is a tiring thing. It is a always questioning your decisions thing. It is hard. Sometimes it is lonely. Financially, it's hard. Um, you are the everything to that child. There is no tag team or anything like that. It's not. And will never understand why some single moms portray it like that, because it's not true. I mean, it's not true at all.
I always kind of thought of it like, something that's hard. People either kind of relish in the fact that it's hard and call out that it's hard and say people shouldn't do this because it's hard and tough. And on the flip side, some people be like, well, yeah, this is hard and tough. Therefore, because you did it, you're entitled to be called a hero, or, like they turn it around to where it has to be empowering because it was hard and it was a bad idea, but it must be good that you did it. That makes sense?
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was hard. It's single parenthood is a struggle, and I'll say that for males too, because it's hard. And then I don't know how some people have multiple kids and they're a single parent.
So if Skylar came up to you, or anybody's child, and talked about, like, they want to have a child,
Mm-hmm.
but they either A, don't want to have a partner,
Mm-hmm.
or they just got knocked up and want your advice on what to do, what would you tell them?
I will tell, it's doable. It's doable to be a single parent. It's still enjoyable to be you're still a parent, so there's the highs and lows of that. I will tell them that if someone is choosing to be a single parent, usually that is a person who's older, someone who's already financially stable, someone who has already, planted seeds. Like, okay, they have a home, they've got a career, they know they can make it, financially without a partner, and they 9 times out of 10 they have a strong family unit right there that they know they're gonna have. That's fine. It's still gonna be some hardship, but not as much as just, holy shit, I'm pregnant.
So yeah, so what you just described sounds way more like somebody who chooses to have a child,
Exactly.
as opposed to the choice to keep an
Keep a
oopsie.
child, right? Yeah. And I've told other single parent, well, women, younger women who are pregnant, and they ask about, because we do make it look easy. You know what I mean? A lot of single moms, you see the good aspects of it. You see us taking our kids to the museum, or going to our child's dance classes, and all these things, or how cute the kids are dressed. So they're like, I can do this. I'm like, no, 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 no. No. Those are just the highlights. You know what I mean? She looks really cute in that picture, but that bitch cried for an hour while I was trying to do her fucking hair. That bitch also, before that photo shoot, she was in the middle of fucking Target, because I remember back then Target and Walmart had the photo things.
Yep.
One time Scholar went there and laid out in a big, beautiful, white, custom-made dress in the middle of fucking Walmart on the floor, and said, I'm not taking pictures. But when you see the picture, the cute picture of her, you don't know the story behind it, okay? It was really a threat from the photographer. I was like, ma'am, we are not going to be able to do this. So she goes, oh, we're going to take the pictures. And the pictures are great. She didn't look at the camera, not once, but the pictures came out beautiful. Some of my favorite. You would never know she was screaming bloody murder right before that, and that I was in tears as well. You know what I mean? You don't get to see that part. You don't get to see the part. You take pictures of your kid in dance class. You don't know the part where I had to work over that day. I had to get someone to pick my kid up, or I had to pick my kid up from school, go back to work, get home, feed that kid, get that kid's homework done, and then go to dance class. They don't see the struggle before.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was done, but I got another one I've been thinking about.
Okay.
So, Skylar is almost an adult.
Yes.
So she'll be 18
Stop, don't make me cry.
In 22 days. So, as a parent of an adult child, because we're a very open family, where would you want to draw the line with her as an adult when something becomes too much information or something you don't want to hear about that your child, even your adult child, needs to bring to you?
Oh my God, I'm already in tears.
Oh,
I'm already in tears because my baby's turning 18.
oh,
It's been a long road.
it has.
And there was a lot of bumps in the road that she knew nothing about because I shielded her from it. And just like, holy shit, my kid's turning 18 and graduating. You know,
Yep.
I still want to coddle her. I do. It's like, you have, like, it's hard to describe. I don't tell people, oh, Skylar is my best friend. I always say Skylar's my ace. Like, she's went through everything with me. Like, I became who I am now with her right there with me. So we're always really honest and open about everything with her, and it's just, you think back, because it was hard, and you always wondered, was I good enough? Did I do enough? And that's part of motherhood. And you want your child to be happy and healthy, but you're always scared because you know how cruel the world is. And now my kid's getting ready to enter that a lot more, and you never stop being, if you're a good mom, you never stop being a good mom. You never stop worrying about your kid. So I know, and the reason why I'm crying, because I know I have to extend the umbilical cord, and I don't want to.
No, you have to cut it, not extend
No,
it.
no. We're not doing that probably ever. She may try to cut it. She may cut it. I'm going to reattach it. I'll give you a few more inches, okay? Baby steps. We're going to start off. I'm going to give you 1 inch. All right. In 5 more years, I'll give you another inch. I'm the kangaroo mama with the baby kangaroo in my pouch.
So when she's like 25, what topic would you just not want to talk about with her? Like, I mean, because we talk about everything in our house. So like,
I don't know. A topic that I would fear is some motherfucking guy breaks her heart or does something, and I want to go fight him. That's the hard one. And those are the kind of things that you cannot protect your child from. Heartbreak. You can't protect them from that. And as a mom, you always want to be able to protect your baby, but I can't protect her from that. All I can do is equip her with the skills that she needs to be able to handle situations. That's it. And always be there for her if she needs me.
Yep. So here's a couple of real things. And because I think the women out there would love to know what your take on it is, because you are, as open as you are. Here's some scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter's 25, comes in, says, I've quit college. I want to be a stripper. What do you say?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, I started telling Skylar this probably in junior high. I was like, look, one can always be a stripper. Even fat women can be strippers. They just put you on during the lunch, time. You go then. I have always told her, own the strip club, though. That's what I want. I want you to own the strip club. I don't want you just to be a stripper. I mean, if you want to start off as a stripper, okay, but your goal should be to own the strip club and then own another one and then own a franchise of strip clubs. I always want her to know there's more and you can achieve those things. And if I can help you achieve those things, I will.
Okay. Your daughter's 27.
Uh-huh.
I met a dude online. I want to go visit him in Nigeria.
Okay, so let me check and see how much tickets are for us to go. Us. And we're going to have a long motherfucking talk on the way to Nigeria. So you better make sure this is what you really want to do. So yeah, she wouldn't go by herself. Okay. When Skylar turns 21 and thinks she's fucking really grown and can do whatever she wants to do, I'm just going to put a microchip in her so I'll know where she is at all times. So yeah. We going to Nigeria.
All right, she's 33 and comes to you. She's married. Says, Mom, I cheated on my husband. What should I do?
Girl, keep that lie. Take that lie to your grave. Don't say anything. Stick. If he finds out, lie and stick to the lie for the rest of your life. Especially if he makes good money. Just no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It didn't happen. I didn't do it. So yeah.
Okay. Last one. She's 30. Mom, I want to marry this guy, but he just comes way too quickly. What do I do?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I asked that because we're such an open family. I can see topics like this being mentioned.
I'd be like, well, bitch, you got the ill nana. That's why he comes so quickly. I don't know what to tell you. You're like, maybe your shit's just that good. That's something y'all need to talk about. Maybe he needs to go to the doctor. And yeah, please, can we talk about something else now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I hope that's it because I've cried, I've laughed. It's motherhood right there. So when we get back, we have a special segment that we're going to be highlighting some local small businesses that are getting ready to reopen, and we want to let you know about them and what they're doing for our community. We'll be right back. All right, so producer James and I wanted to figure out a way that we could help some local small businesses as they recover from financially and business-wise from COVID-19 because, producer James has his career, but we all are also small business owners, and we had to close up shop, and we were very fortunate to not have some of the hardships that other businesses are having. So we have, what do we have? We have 4 local businesses. And when I say local, I mean in the Galveston County, Clear Lake areas. But if you are in the Houston area, you most definitely can just hit 45 South and, come and see these businesses, or they go to their website. You can buy gift cards from those businesses. You can consult with these businesses, or, make it a girls' weekend or something like that and come down and use some of their services. So let's see. We're going to go through 4. You wanted to add anything before that?
No, you're good.
The first local business that we're highlighting it's not actually a business, it's a program that owner Kathleen Chapman is presenting, and it is called Relationship Remedy, 90 Days to Freedom, Self-Love, and Connection. Kathleen is a medical support and spiritual hypnotherapist. She guides her clients to make lasting changes and heal from trauma, PTSD, self-sabotaging negative behaviors, single women trying to date in the year 2020, abuse of any kind, inner child healing, including natal regression and past life regressions. That would actually be pretty cool. I'm totally interested in the past life regressions. Her new program, Relationship Remedy, 90 Days to Freedom, Self-Love, and Connection, is a series of 10 important inner and outer healing steps for women who have devoted their lives to raising amazing kids and need some direction. We were just talking about that. You devote so much time and energy to raising kids, to be good people in the world, to being a good wife, being a good partner, working, being a boss. And sometimes you look up, you're like, my kid has graduated. What do I do? Who am I? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, not only that, if something happens, like if your husband leaves,
yes,
or if your kids move
yes,
off, like you need
people
coping
are
skills.
lost. Yes,
yeah.
We don't know. Sometimes we don't know what to do with ourselves just because our lives have revolved so much around doing things for others. Together, we can renew your body and mind for what's next to fully release guilt, pain, and suffering. This allows our clients to step into their truth, embrace their own personal zen, and create a life worth living. The most important relationship we have is the one we have with ourselves. That is so very true. If you're interested in the Relationship Remedy that's provided by Kathleen Chapman, you can find her on Facebook at Kathleen, Kathleen.Chapman.hypnosis. I want to hear more about that. I've always been interested in hypnosis, mostly for weight loss. I'm going to say, Kathleen, can you do something to curb my appetite or make it so when I eat something, I don't taste nothing? Something. Please, Kathleen, go deep within and tell me why I'm still fat. Something's wrong, I would be very interested in the past life regression. That sounds pretty cool, actually. All right. Our next small business that we're highlighting is Dina Musa Realtor with Remax. Dina is a residential and commercial realtor. So if you're interested in looking for property to open up a small business, Dina's kind of the person you want to go contact. She does commercial real is a commercial realtor with special attention to each and every client. She is all about her client's best interest and a bulldog negotiator. That's important because a lot of times when people go to purchase their first home, or if they're looking for space to open up a small business, there's so many things that go into it, and a lot of people get taken advantage of.
Well, and there's a lot of realtors that just process the transaction, don't
Right.
really guide or provide the best
They don't
practice
give
or
guidance. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need someone who's going to say, yes, we're looking at this house. I realize you're in love with it, but you know, this is how much it's probably going to cost to manage this household. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that and some realtors they just want to make the sale.
Some want the commission and
Right.
don't care about the
And
customer.
they don't care about the customer. So that's great. She always treats her clients like family and always becomes close friends after the transaction. Please call Dina Musso if you're in the look for a residential or commercial real estate at 281-832-8194, or you can find her on Facebook under Dina Musso, and that's Musso, Mousa, real estate agent at Remax Space Center. All righty, I like that. Yeah, because when you're buying a house, or even if you're looking for a place for your small business, that's a territory that we know nothing about.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
and buying a house is the single biggest transaction most people will ever do.
Right.
It's in some cases, $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 transaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge.
So you want someone that is really working for you and wants the best for you. And I think Dina is most definitely the person that you want to contact if you're in the market for a new home, which right now I think the market is pretty good for buying a house.
It's a buyer's market. For
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So our third business that we're spotlighting is the owner is Karen Albanese, and I must say I have already used her services twice. Karen's my girl. She's the owner of KA Micro Salon, where she offers permanent cosmetics, facials, and lash extensions, as well as lash lifts. She's located in Webster, Texas at 18096 Kings Road Suite C, Houston, Texas 77058. If you're in the NASA area, she's very close to them. She can do work by appointments. So clients must call ahead to schedule. Her number is 713-614-3485. And I will say that Karen does my microblading for my eyebrows. And let me tell you, if you have never, ever, ever thought about getting your brows microbladed, it is such a time saver for when you're getting ready. I have very thin eyebrows and I'm very dark complected. So before microblading, if I didn't wear makeup, you couldn't even tell that I really had eyebrows. I was walking around looking like Whoopi Goldberg. Like, you just couldn't tell I had them. And I will say this. I got my eyebrows microbladed before I found out about Karen. And let me tell you the difference, okay? The person that I used was way in far Houston. They were set up in one of those buildings that has like 100 different suites. And it's just like, okay, it's a Saturday. It's dark in here. It's Freddy Krueger around the corner. I got my eyebrows microbladed and they cost, okay, producer James didn't know this, they cost $300. No, and then I got ombre because she suggested that I get ombre. So it was like $50 more plus tip. Karen, her prices are phenomenal. And that's why the last two times I've gone to Karen, and she's so fast. The other person who microbladed me, it took 2 hours. 2 hours. So when I went to Karen, which is a totally different experience. Karen has a full staff. She's got assistants that are there to ask you what kind of eyebrows do you want. Karen asked me, send them pictures of eyebrows that you like and send me the eyebrows that you have now. Then her assistants make sure you're comfortable. They do the numbing process. They do the shaping. You get to see what your brows are going to look like before she actually starts the process. And it was a day I had to pick Skylar up from school, and I was like, am I gonna make it on time? And she's like, what are you worried about? It took 30 minutes. That was it. The longest time it took the longest to get the numbing, which was just like 15 minutes. Okay, so you're literally in and out. And I will tell you this, a lot of the times when you get microblading, the peeling is so horrible. It's almost traumatic. Okay, but I will say this with Karen, mine were in the middle of the peeling process, and I was getting compliments on my eyebrows. Okay, so that does not happen very often. Again, that is KA Micro Salon. You can find them on Facebook. You can also find them on Instagram. If you want to call and schedule an appointment, Karen's number is 713-614-3485. And last, this business is actually in the same town that I'm in. It is called Zen Spas. And I don't know if you all noticed or not, all of these are female business owners. I mean, that is amazing that we get to not only highlight a business, but this is really boss babying it up right here, that all four are female owners. Zen Spa is owned by Rebecca Dow. Zen Spa is a holistic day spa offering a variety of massage treatments and skin care services. If you're interested, you can find Zen Spas at 504 FM 517 Road W in Dickinson, Texas 77539. You can go down there to Zen Spa. You know, you can get a massage. You can they've got all kinds of stuff. I saw today they were doing yoga out there, and they were doing virtual yoga, and then they were doing yoga like a 10-person class. When you're done there, you just go straight and come right down to Sassy Class Boutique, and you'll see my face. If you're interested in setting up an appointment, you can contact Rebecca at 281-697-7119. You can email her at Zen, that's Zen Spas, ending with an S, .co@gmail.com, or you can go to their website, that is zenspas.com. All righty, ladies. I'm so excited that each one of you is getting ready to reopen. I'm excited to be in the same community with so many fantastic businesses that are owned by women, and I hope you guys get to contact each one of them and you have a fantastic experience. This is something that we're going to be highlighting. We're going to be doing this for the next 2 months, highlighting different businesses, and if there's special promotions and things like that, we most definitely want to tell our Libra Lounge audience. And again, to all the moms out there, to the grandmothers raising kids, to the dads who are raising kids, to the aunts that are raising kids, to moms that have adopted kids, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes being a mom is a thankless job, but it is a job that we keep doing, we love, and hopefully you get to have a break from your kid. I didn't say that out loud. And you get to go maybe set up an appointment at Zen Spa or at KA Salon, or I don't know, damn it, go pick out a new house and be like, you know what? It's time for me to have a new house, and I want a wing all to myself.
Well,
okay?
My own house.
I want my own little damn house by the water. Contact Dina, and if you are, wanting to learn more about yourself, you're wanting to empower yourself more, become one with yourself, most definitely hit up Kathleen. We want to wish you all a great rest of the week and a great Mother's Day, and we will catch you next week.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge.